Air horns fire right now. Something like that. What's up, guys? Welcome back for episode 7 of the Crease Podcast. We'd like to welcome y'all back. Thank you for tuning in once again. We got the boy Trey Treasy, me, myself, Tinker Blackfield, Mr. No Back Door, Mr. Bottober back in full effect. What's going on, Trey? How you living? How's your life?
Bro, that's when the air horns come in. The air horns come in when you do that. So, no, everything else is good, though. It's happy to be back here talking about some more sneakers with you. Let's get into it, bro.
Yeah, for sure. Like always, guys, we got to remind y'all to like, subscribe, comment, post, share, something. Dude, show your friend. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend.
All of them. We don't care who it is. Let them know. Let your friend know at the store. Let them all know.
Let somebody know. Let's get, like you said, let's get right into it.
We may or may not have some stickers coming, so I mean that may be something y'all stay on the lookout for. We want to try to get our brand out there as much as possible. So yeah, y'all stay tuned. So what we got coming up?
Nothing to report on the L meter this week. I think we got one, but we'll mention it later on Order Confirmed. Let's just get right into kicks of the day. You want to go first? Go first.
That'll be all you. What you got?
KOTD bust out a 2018 pair. Still on some hype stuff right now. So I got the Air Max Atmos Animal Pack 2.0 with the black toe. I think a lot of people have seen these by now. Got the red swoosh. All different types of animals on here. Lions, tigers, bears, oh my. But seriously, though, it's one of my favorite shoes in my collection. One of the first, times I won something big on sneakers. So I was ecstatic whenever that got 'em screen came on there. But I'd have to say this is probably one of my favorite shoes in my collection for sure. 2018 Atmos Air Max 1 Animal Pack 2.0.
Yeah, bro, those are filthy. That's a super nasty shoe. What's your favorite animal fur as on the shoe?
Favorite animal fur on them? I'm gonna be honest, it's the giraffe tongue, bro. The giraffe tongue. It is so hard. Like I never pictured myself wearing a giraffe print, but these actually go hard. But aesthetically on the shoe, I would have to say, maybe the mud guard.
Yeah.
Mud guard. I don't know, leopard.
Yeah, whatever that is, cheetah, leopard, something like that. But no, you hit it on the first one, bro. That giraffe tongue.
Giraffes go hard. A lot of people be sleeping on giraffes, but that giraffe tongue is probably my favorite part of the shoe. Again, 250 sneakers up, 2018 Atmos Animal. What you got?
Nice. Those are super fire. Well, mine definitely aren't nearly as hype as those. Those are super fire. I got a 2014 release. These are going to be from Asics. These are from a Christmas pack they put out. They put out a lot of holiday packs. This happened to be their Christmas pack for 2014. This is the Santa pair. So it's mainly just you see the khaki toe box there, and then you get the dark burgundy in the back. They got pretty cool laces on them. A little bit of brown. The actual Asics logo here is brown. So not a shoe I could rock all times of the year, that's for sure. But definitely a shoe I love pulling out in the holiday season, during the wintertime, in the fall, when I pull out all the dark colors. But yeah, that's my shoe of the week. I picked that up here in Houston at a store called Premium Goods, one of our local shops that we shop at all the time. So you've probably seen us wearing some of their gear. But yeah, I definitely picked those up for cheap. Unfortunately, I tossed the box already because I was going through a moving stage, and I knew you were gonna be upset, but it was just it was like a little blue box. It was nothing to it, and I put these all in little boxes, crate box now. But
little blue box, eh? All right.
It was just like a little, it was no significance to the box. They look a lot better in drop front crates and stuff like that. So that's the way to go now for sure.
All right, so whenever I give you your Christmas pair of shoes, I'm gonna just make sure to just hand them over. I'm not even gonna give you a box.
That's for sure not what I said, but still, I get what you're saying. And if they're fire enough, you're not gonna find me complaining.
All right, all right. Let's
But
let's keep it
no
going.
one's- you
Uh,
always give him, so we're all good there.
yeah, that's for sure. Nah, man, that's a fire pair of shoes though. I like the laces. They're hella festive. Those are some fire.
Yeah, and like one other thing I'll say about these is that, unfortunately, the year prior, I believe the SB, my favorite holiday shoe of all time, favorite Christmas shoe, favorite holiday shoe is the Nike SB Ugly Christmas Sweater Pack.
Mm.
The first one, the black pair and the gray pair, but the black pair with the gold swoosh, that's my all-time favorite holiday shoe. Struck out heavy on those, and those jumped up in resale even back, 5-6 years ago. But this was kind of like when I found out these were like a Christmas pack. This was kind of like, sadly, just something to put in place for Christmas time for sure.
That's great with any ugly Christmas sweater party. That one, those Asics, I think those would be good.
Appreciate it.
For sure. So coming up, we got fresh out the box. First topic at hand is Nike again. Nike just announced that they will be donating $40 million over the next 4 years to Black communities to help out with ending racism. This is also entailed with the Jordan brand. Jordan brand has also announced that they'll be donating $100 million over the next 10 years to help Black communities and in the overall fight to end racism as well. I think it's these are great contributions made by major corporations. Other notable contributions have been just all in wake of the George Floyd incident or the George Floyd murder. Let's call it what it is. Um, this there are other brands that are also contributing as well. Kanye, part of the Adidas brand, has actually just come out and donated $2 million as well. There are a couple photos of him also walking around Chicago uh, in his hometown, and he's also marching along his brothers and sisters to help fight the good fight. And the boxing world has now just opened up as well with Floyd Mayweather planning on paying on for the funeral services of George Floyd. So
Yeah.
it's the
Those are all big time. Yeah, I think they set a major precedent, 140 over the next 10 years between two different things from the Nike Corporation. Is obviously a huge precedent. That's something that was sorely needed, and they knew that they had to make a stand for the people that have supported them and the people that they've supported. So it was something that needed to happen. I'm happy Nike took that step and actually put their money where their mouth was, right? So I was proud to see Jordan athletes like Carmelo and stuff like reposting it and like loving that the brand that they work for is really stepping up and doing something. So that's, and those, these are the sneaker world. So this is the world that like really needs to tap in and really needs to understand that, all the money they brought in, needs to go back out to the right causes at this point.
yeah.
And, we've seen stuff like, I think Ben and Jerry's did like $1 million or something. So there's all kinds of corporations that are stepping up, but it was nice to see in this culture, for all the money that we put into it, they're putting the money back out into the community that needs it right now.
Yeah, without even like batting an eye or looking twice. But yeah, no, it's a great step. It's a great feat, and it shows that they do appreciate all their consumers. And moving forward, I hope that they can always continue on. I think a 10-year plan is great for Jordan brand. Jordan's kind of notorious for being quiet in these type of situations, but I think with the Last Dance that just aired, and his image was already portrayed on TV. I think it's kind of important that he stepped up and he donated the most. On top of the 40 mil that Nike had already promised, he doubled that and then some, and now he's going to do 100 mil over 10 years. So I really feel like that's going to help out a lot of communities around the nation. Hopefully even global. Jordan Brand's a global brand, so And racism is not just in the United States; it's everywhere. So, you know, yeah,
Oh,
that's spreading far. I could see that doing well for a lot of people in a lot of communities.
yeah, no, it's going to help tremendously, and it's just a start, though. It's just a start. I mean, this money's going to help a lot to start, but there's got to be a lot more initiative and action that goes into everybody has to work on. So
Yeah,
that's coming up though. And speaking of people that probably need to work on, um, some things with their own lives and stuff. We got a brand, probably number 2 behind Nike that has come under some fire. You want to kind of break down this Adidas
yeah,
problem?
yeah, for sure. You said they're number 2. They're actually probably in third place behind Nike and Jordan, but that's for a different day. So Adidas is under fire right now. Some of their employees have staged a sit out in front of the headquarters in Portland. This is brought about from their assistant, excuse me, their assistant brand designer, Julia Bond, an African American lady who has made plenty of strides out to reach out to HR, and she has claims of racist environments or uh, racist acts put against her in her workforce, uh, and she says that the HR is doing nothing about it, and she she's basically asking Adidas to come out with a public apology and make sure that where they hold their feet down or where they stand 10 toes down against racism is not just shown publicly but also done also in house. You can't just set the image. You can't walk the walk and then not talk the talk, or even vice versa. So um, yeah,
Yeah,
so it's definitely a bad look for Adidas right now, especially with the whole situation going on. Every time you look at the news, so this would be the worst idea for Adidas to try to keep quiet about right now. People are already pulling out of other brands. There's restaurants going under fire. Not literally, well, there's literally, and then also figuratively. People are pulling out their stocks where they think these companies are supporting racist people or they support racist acts. So, right now is not a good look for Adidas to be categorized in such light. So I think it's best for them to do as she says, and do the public apology. She's not demanding more money out of them. She's not demanding a higher pay.
and I think the biggest one thing I take out of this, like a big point that I think people are probably going to miss, is that she's an assistant director, right? So she's like deep in there, and this isn't somebody that works at and we know this happens at the local stores that we go to and stuff, but this isn't a worker at a local store. This is somebody that's an assistant director at Adidas, and she's been so far inside that she's seen all this stuff, and these are the people's words that we have to take. These are the ones that you have to believe, because she's seen it, and she's telling you right now to our face while this is happening that this is something that needs to be looked at, and she can't go unheard.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you have to address it and take people's word into account, that this is what they're experiencing. And if you make the work environment uncomfortable for one person, you may make it uncomfortable for everybody else. And low work productivity will eventually turn into your products, and then again, people also will just not want to support you at the end of the day. So
Exactly.
like you said, you
I
know
mean, you said it just now though with the they're in a spot now where she put their back up to the wall, right? That like they're on the edge of the mountain, right? They have to, they're on that Drew Brees plan now. Like they messed up and someone called them out for it, and now it's time to really show where they're at, and let the public decide where they want to stand on them.
Yeah, absolutely. They have to make sure that they come forward soon. Hey, you cannot sweep this one under the rug. You cannot just let it brush over or let the headlines fade away. You will be tainted. Somebody will bring this up years down the line, and the company can tank, or even worse, like just go bankrupt. So
Sure.
I think Adidas
Well,
has a lot to look over as that happens. So, like I said, the employees staged a protest, and with the height of these protests going on, on top of COVID, we're still in the middle of a world pandemic. These shoe companies have been holding back on some of the release dates. So last week we reported that the Hair Sixes were to drop on the 6th of June. I believe that Saturday, or I think it was the 5th, either the 5th or the 6th, if I'm not mistaken. And they actually got pushed back earlier that morning. They reported that they would actually drop it the week later. I think it comes from the higher ups of Nike, where they're respecting people's time. They're not trying to make a dollar off of people while we're in the middle of protesting and funeral arrangements for George Floyd and other things that are going on. There's more important things going on than sneaker releases.
We're getting, I mean, yeah, it doesn't make sense to send thousands of pairs out into the world right now. They just need to sit on them, let it chill, let what's happening happen, and then we'll get back to shoes whenever we get back to them. That's not a big, we're talking about these shoes getting pushed back, but in all reality, it is what it is,
Yeah. You just got to attack the things that are set in front of you, and hopefully this cloud can be settled soon with justice, and what everybody's looking for is justice. So shoes can always,
we'll promise you'll get your Hair Sixes and your top 3 Jordan 5s. That they're still coming. They already made them. They're just sitting in a warehouse somewhere.
So somewhere out there, someone you will get your pairs released, believe me. So
we got those two. And I think we just mentioned, or we were talking about earlier, that the Yeezy 350 Zion is another one that's looking like it's going to get pushed back. So that's a couple. We've had a bunch of shoes already that we've kind of mentioned throughout the last couple episodes. Go watch all the first 6 Crease episodes that we've mentioned got pushed back. But yeah, for sure. This is just another set of 3 of them, and it wouldn't shock me if we see more down the road. But yeah, like we said, you're going to get them. Just be patient.
Patience is a virtue. Speaking of virtues, kind of sounds like virtue, but Virgil Abloh, creative director for Off-White. We talk about this man a lot on this cast, but
I feel like you're about to keep it 2 Virgils with me right now.
I keep it 2 Virgils with you real quick, because the man is under fire right now for notably not taking the incident too serious, the whole George Floyd situation. He's not taking it as serious as the next. As we know, a lot of stores have been looted. One of them being Sean Witherspoon's Round 2 store out in Hollywood. After the pictures were posted, Virgil took it to the comments to, let us know that this is not what streetwear stands for. And, if you have the items from Round 2, how can you sit there and look at them and, you should feel so much guilt. And, it just didn't resonate well with people, being that he's putting materials over people's lives. Now, we're not here to advocate looting. We're not saying that looting's okay under any circumstances, but material things can always be replaced, and human lives cannot. So
there's people not thinking right now and just letting shit fly out of their mouth right now, and people getting canceled every day because these thoughts that are just flying out of your mouth, reflect back on your character. So, my big thing with Virgil was that Sean went back at him and was just like, hey, man, this doesn't matter. Like, the fact that Sean was the one that told Virgil that did not help Virgil's situation. And then I don't hurt him. I don't feel I'm not so angry at him about the $50 donation, because from what I was told, it was a celebrity string that was all doing $50 donations. So this wasn't a please give us whatever you can, and he just gave him $50. It wasn't like that, because y'all are correct. One pair of Off-White socks pays for that $50 donation. We get it. Like, we get it. But it wasn't that. In my eyes, I don't think it was that. So I'm not going to slander him for that. But do I think his head might be in the wrong space sometimes for what's going on? Probably.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, he did double down, and he actually wrote a long apology letter where he also noted that he donated $20,500 to plenty of other organizations. It was that, like he said, the $50 donation was part of a celebrity string, and he was trying to keep the energy going, and he was trying to ask other people to also donate $50 as well, and post it online. But one user asked Drake to donate $400 to match his $400, and Drake just
100K.
yeah, he just added more zeros at the end, and he's like, I'm gonna let this one ride.
That was impressive by Champagne Poppy there, man. He's like, let me just Venmo to you real quick, no problem. Like, he's a fool. He's a fool for that. But yeah, I mean, everybody got on Kanye too. They were like, oh man, Kanye's not doing anything, and then you find out, oh man, he's already dropped $2 million, and he's doing this and he's doing that. So, social media, it's been really good for a lot of news, but as we've talked about, social media can cause a lot of harm, and it can cause it like that.
Instantly. So it's gotta be super careful about the way you move and what you post, and
Yeah.
think things through before you actually put it out to the world, because you get one platform and you got one opportunity to do it right. So yeah, carrying on with the looters. So the looters have been stealing stuff. We have been seeing some unfortunately funny memes online about the looters.
Here's the comedy portion of the episode.
That's right. So we have seen anywhere from people stealing Travis's Air Jordan 1 highs and black Air Force Ones. So we all know that promotes black Air Force One criminal activity. We've seen all types of stores ransacked.
Yeah, I mean, we brought up all the stores last week that got ran through, but I mean, I think the funniest thing for me is definitely just seeing all the left shoes. I think that's obviously like just the hilarity of it, because either you grabbed a box from the back of the store where the shoe was in the front, or you grabbed the shoe from the front of the store and the box was in the back. So most people only made out with, I mean, I'm not gonna say most people made out with only singles, because people made out with tons of pairs, but there's a solid portion of the world out there on OfferUp just like putting single left shoes, and it blows my mind for sure.
Those smash and grabs, those people who did not think that all the way through. Of course, they were just looking for destruction. They're looking for a quick snag, but yeah, I'm not buying just one left shoe, no box either. Yeah, that's an automatic no sale. One notable one was speaking of Virgil, he had the Off-White Museum of Contemporary Art, the blue Air Force Ones. There was one listed on OfferUp for I think as high as 600 or 650. Looking ridiculous in the comments or in the description area. Left shoe only, what size it was, and what price he wants, and not even paying for shipping. That is just asinine. You got to be super ballsy in order to try to pull that one off. And if you bite on that, if you as a consumer are able to be like, oh, I will take one left shoe, you're just as asinine as the seller. So
Free shipping.
that's just terrible. So, but
yeah.
On a lighter note, the NBA is back. That's great news. The NBA does source a lot of our favorite sneakers. We got hella sneakerheads in the NBA. PJ Tucker right behind you being one.
Presidente.
El Presidente, that's our president in command right there. PJ Tucker.
Like these designers for all these shoes, man, they've had a lot of time to sit at home and do their job. So I really hope that we see some fire shoes for the playoff, for whatever this playoff look we're gonna get is. There's not gonna be any fans or anything, but it'd be nice to see some new kicks for this. limited playoff little run we're gonna get here.
Oh yeah, for sure. You think PJ Tucker plays in Chunky Dunkies? Chunky Dunks?
no, no, man. Everybody, unless you're Thabo your ankles are done in some chunky dunkies. But I mean, or Swaggy P. Swaggy P can rock pretty much. I think I probably could say he could give buckets in any shoe.
That's a lot. You bust out some designer shoes on the hardwood floor, and you're starting to rain buckets. That's one thing. But the day somebody busts out like some Benassis on the court, that'll be the day.
Nowski starts like yamming on people.
Mm-hmm. Some Vans. Oh man, if somebody takes some Vans and just goes ham.
Oh man, that first Vans contract is gonna be looking fat.
Yeah. Vans basketball. I dropped
Man,
and some.
Gordon Hayward on the phone with Vans basketball.
Oh man, that'd be MVP automatic. What else we got going on? Yeah,
So to wrap up this fresh out the box, we got a shoe that the Sakai Vapor Waffle. I know you're a big Sakai fan, and we're gonna kind of talk about the similarities between that and the new Air Max 270 Pre-Day, which I'm actually a big fan of. It's part of the Be True collection. What do you think about these?
Okay, so those vapor waffles look like they left the factory a little bit too early.
Early, right? Yeah, they got stuff hanging off them. It's just not for me. Yeah.
I mean, compared to like the LDV waffles, this ain't it, Chief. Like you got to go back. You got a whole missing portion of the heel. I don't know if that would help with your posture or your stability, but
I know he's gonna be talking before no time.
absolutely, oh man, it's not looking healthy over there. So
I mean, to me, it kind of looks like an off-white attempt. It's got a lot like I don't even like the attempted like faded out swoosh that like the secondary painted on swoosh. I'm not a big fan of that. And you hit it on the head with the heel. I mean, you get like a half an extra midsole halfway through the shoe. I'm not totally against the laces, but other than that, it's definitely not a shoe for me. This Vapor Waffle.
I'm gonna have to see how some people put these outfits together for it. You can probably find some strange people who will, with the plaid colored pants and the extra long t-shirts, and some bucket hat, trying to put something together, trying to make the shoe a little bit more visually appealing. That way, you're like, oh yeah, that looks really good together. But all in all,
If you have to try that hard to make it look good, then I think you know the answer on that one.
yeah. I mean, the pre-day 270s are not that far off either. They should have kept with the original 270 color silhouette. They started adding on extra bulges on there. The check is way too the swoosh is way too big on there. I do like it. The new paneling is okay. The new lace system's also all right as well. But
I'm gonna counter you on that one. I do like the 270 pair. I think you're right. The other 270 look is a lot cooler. But I love the tongue on this one. The really tall tongue is cool with me. The swoosh, I don't have a problem with it being a little bit bigger, but I love the Air Max bubble in the back of the shoe. And this is one that I'll be looking forward. Like, I hope they throw some more colorways on this version of the model.
oh yeah, for sure. I think that'd be the best way to do it.
Man, they're cool. They got like an industrial look to them where they got a little bit of cloth on them, but some suede on them. So I like them. How much did we say these were?
Sure. They didn't have. I don't even think they have a real release date for it. But yeah, they don't really have a release date for this, or a price really. But
Collection. So if you're an Adidas member, just stay tuned. I'm sure they will let you know.
oh yeah, for sure. Speaking of,
That's it for out the box, huh? We got anything else?
nah, man, that's it for fresh out the box. Yeah, let's keep the ball rolling. We got order confirmed right now. Order confirmed. So we, I took the L. This is the one I took. So we talked earlier that there were no drops. Well, there's no notable L meter. The L meter is being a little bit stagnant this week, but there's one drop that I did miss this week, and it was the Biotech Air Trainer 3s. They dropped on June 1st for $130. They are going buku crazy online right now for $450. I do not buy resale like that. Uh, just a little backstory on those. They were originally released in 2002. It's the first time they've been re-released since, so 18-year hiatus for those. They also re-released the Dunks, the Biotech Dunks. They re-released those back in December of 2019, which was a re-release of the 2013 from the original that also originally dropped in 2002. Purple. Well, what colors were they? They were purple, gray, and like tints of yellow.
Yellow with the white and black outsole. These are horrendous.
Stop.
These are so bad.
Stop.
I don't know how they're going buku anywhere. I wouldn't wear these to the gym, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I think all Biotech colorways are complete trash. But other than that, I don't have much to say about this shoe. This shoe is horrible, bro. This purple's ugly. I mean, the gray on the straps looks plastic. It's just nothing for me. Nothing for me.
I'll accept your hate, but these shoes go hard. These shoes go hard. Yeah, man. I love the Air Trainer 3s. I have a pair of Air Trainer 2s. I got a couple of pairs of original Air Trainers. I just love the shoe silhouette. All in all, most people know it as the Bonos. Bo Jackson made the shoe super popular, so he's actually one of my favorite athletes of all time. So,
I will do a little bit of credit. I like the medicine ball one. Makes the shoe look a lot more casual to rock for sure. This one I just don't like. I think where the gray is placed is not for me, and the fact that it's like horrendous purple.
hate me, bro. That purple is hard. That's like purple. So again, yeah, those dropped June 1st, 130. They're already sold out. Don't try. Next up, we have the Adidas Parlez Ultra Boost DNA pack. It's a 2-pack, one all black, one all white. They dropped on June 8th for $180 a piece. As well as they have a Adidas 4D. This is part of their new technology, where it's a 3D printed sole. This is their first running shoe attempt at it, and they dropped on the same day for $200. And this colorway is a little obscure. I think it's like a creamish kind of colorway with white accents and like some orange and blue hits around it.
Like that, but I think the DNAs look a lot cooler, right?
Oh yeah, DNA's for sure. That all white pair is crispy. It's perfect. Parlez is a recycling company that Adidas partners with. They've been doing it for a while now. I believe they started in 2015 or 2013. Parlez is they recycle most waste out of the water, out of the ocean. They're an ocean recycling plant, so they donate all of their bottles to Adidas, where they use to remanufacture into shoes. So
yeah, their initiative is called For the Oceans, and yeah, like you said, they've been doing this for 5, 6, 7 years. So I know they've even done when Adidas. I'm not sure if Adidas is still doing the MLS jerseys, but I know Parlez was mixing with Adidas for the MLS jerseys. They had some like alternate jerseys and stuff, and so Parlez all over. But that For the Oceans initiative, where every shoe that they've put out has for me has been pretty nasty. I've enjoyed them.
oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how they compare to that of Nike with their new initiative. I think it's called something to zero, if I'm not mistaken, where they're trying to leave a zero carbon footprint. But I think Parlez has hit the ball pretty well with Adidas, and I hope to see great things moving forward from them.
And like also with that 4D sole, I haven't tried it on yet, but I need to see the difference between that 4D sole and the Ultra Boost sole. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how that gridded technology on the 4D, how it holds up working out, just regular walking comfortability compared to the normal Ultra Boost sole for sure.
I wonder how much bounce back you actually get from something like that, or
Look, Apex are going to send you to the moon.
yeah, right. You would think that you jump one time and then you never come back down, but I really hope that it's a sustainable type of shoe. I hope it's something that can cover impact very well. Hopefully it doesn't the structure doesn't fall after you lose one of those support beams on there, because they do it millimeter by millimeter, so the individual strand every single time. So
yeah. So for 200, I think those would be super worth it. But the DNA pack for 180 each, those are definitely worth it in the looks department and in the comfortable department.
And also my shoe department at my house. So I'm definitely
in the casita shoe department, huh?
absolutely.
Let's get it.
Yeah, last one up for order confirmed is the ASIC Gelite 3 Dragon Fruit colors. The colorway is called the Dragon Fruit. It is a pink, black, and blue. If you know anything about those colors all together, it sounds very Miami Vice, very South Beach-ish. They dropped on June 3rd for $110. They are still available right now in a couple select retailers, but mostly on the ASICS website, they're sold out. Trey, what's your take on these? What you feel about these? I know you like ASICS. You showed us one for KOTD, so
Correct. Yeah. So no, I love the Gelite 3. I think there's still a ton of haters on the split tongue. I see people all the time that hate on the split tongue, but it's a shoe that I think is super comfortable. It's a super fat sole. So that's one thing I like about it. I love taking them on vacation when I'm walking around a lot. This colorway is not for me for sure. Like I said earlier, this kind of, for me, you only rock Miami Vice jerseys and Miami Heat Vice colorway, because that's what these are. Because you're right, it's pink and it's purple and it's black, but that blue is the Miami Vice teal. So for me, like I would probably just go black tee and make the shoes pop. But this is not something I'm looking forward to. It's definitely not a Gelite 3 that I'll be purchasing.
Hayden, again, these ones go hard. Come on, man. These are hard. This is we haven't got a great South Beach shoe since the 8. Like, we've had a lot of attempts in between that time, and I don't think they hit that great. I think one of the worst ones were the Air Jordan 8 South Beaches that dropped, I think, in 16 or 17. But this has been a great, even though they're not an official South Beach or Miami themed shoe, the Dragon Fruit is also just, I think it's a great hit. Never hated on the split tongue, though. I got a couple split tongues myself, but I can't, hopefully I can get my size. I want to see if they're still available somewhere, so I'm gonna see if I can.
110 for a nice quality shoe like that, you can't go wrong.
Oh, definitely can't. No, that's a big time steal. Let's get into tracking order. Let's do this a rapid fire. Let's do this real quick.
We got
number 1, we got the Jordan 5 top 3. Move forward from his original release date. It's now releasing Saturday, June 13th for $200. It's a mix of the black metallic, the fire red, and the grape original Air Jordan 5s.
Yeah, not bad. I'm not gonna buy them. I do love the all black upper. I'm not gonna buy that shoe though with the grape tongue on it. That looks ridiculous. So no, I'm not buying that.
Yeah, definitely not buying it. They put the colorways together may have been fire, but they put them in the wrong order, so that's going to be a definite drop for me.
Right. Exactly.
Next, we got the Air Force One home and away pack. Two shoes. It's going to be a gray and red shoe, a gray, all gray with a red jewel swoosh that turns the gray actually over time with agitation. It'll turn into blue. And they have another pair that is all black, and that all black with an orange jewel swoosh, and that one turns to an all orange upper.
This is the Air Force One home and away pack.
Yeah, being to release on the 13th of June for $180 a piece. Cop.
Black pair super fire. Yeah, it rubs off to like an orange rose goldish, which I mess with a lot. That's super fire. The gray pair, not as much for me, but looking out for the 90 pack coming up soon.
Oh, for sure. I think you got it right on this. I'm looking forward to the black and orange. I'll definitely try to get some stencils on those and some alcohol swabs and try to make something fancy out of it. And I think that the gray and red pair with the blue underneath, you can make some great like Detroit Pistons pairs out of that. But yeah, if I'm gonna snag one, it's gonna be the black and orange pair for sure.
Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee.
And finally, we got the highly anticipated one for this week. It's going to be on a Friday. It is the second to last drop of the sneakers dunk pack. It is the St. John's dunk low, all red upper with white paneling. Slated for this June 12th for $100. Easy cop, easy drop.
I'm going to try to cop them. I think this is my favorite out of the three. I do want to see a little bit more of the orange and blue pair coming up. The Brazils weren't for me, but this is a super clean pair, you know what I'm saying? So it's a shoe I rock with, and definitely one I'll be trying for. Our L meter will be full next week.
Not my L meter, my friend. My L meter is going to hit a halt finally. I got to cop these. I will definitely be trying to get these in my size. If I can, I'll get two pairs because I'm going to make another Nike account. And I believe your orders have just now been tracked. We're going to move on to the final segment of episode 7 of the Crease podcast. We're going to keep it kind of light today on the discussion. It's going to be outlet finds. Throughout the years of collecting sneakers, we run into times where we just need to pick up something that is not found at Foot Locker, Finish Line, or Champs, So, we head over to the Nike outlets. We have a few here in Houston, Katy Mills Mall, Cypress, Texas City, just to name a few. Sometimes you find some really dope stuff. Sometimes you find some blah stuff, but you can always find something there.
Yeah, there's lots of other outlets other than Foot Locker and stuff, but you missed the number one outlet of all time. It's the Huntsville, Texas Nike outlet, which no longer exists, but I found lots of steals there. But in the greater Houston, that Cypress one you named that's probably my favorite.
Yeah, the Cypress was probably the best one of the three major in Houston. The only reason I didn't mention the Huntsville ones because it doesn't even exist anymore. They took that away from us. So
I know, but that was the good part. It was because we could go out there. I would be willing to drive out there or be out there, and you come up on stuff because nobody else would go out there. So that was cool to me. And San Marcos used to be the same way. I felt like not a lot of people knew about it, so it wasn't as popping as some of the ones down in the greater Houston area.
Oh yeah, for sure. So have you found what have been some of your favorite outlet finds?
Yeah, so I feel like you're with me most of the time. I find outlet finds and stuff because we go shopping at the outlets and stuff a lot. But I got a couple pairs that come off the top of my head. At the Cypress outlet, the Jordan 1, I found the Jordan 1 Respect we'll post a picture right here, but it's got the Respect that you with the 3M all over, and it says Respect all over the shoe. Super fire shoe. It's part of that little Derek Jordan pack. It's not the Yankee pair that everybody loses their mind over, but this shoe is super slept on. If you've seen these pictures, which by now you have, this shoe is a banger for sure. And the other one is I got these penny fives. I got those from the outlet back in the day. Both of those pickups were under $80 total. And I think one of my favorite things about the outlets is just that I feel like no matter when you go, the store is always 20% off your entire order.
So yeah, man, that's great. That's what keeps people coming back, man. It's like, oh, my least favorite part about the outlets is all the boxes have their tops chopped off. So, it'll never be a 100% full like steel, but you gotta like take that bullet with it. So, I've had some great steals throughout the years over there as well. I found Air Jordan 1, the Yin Yang Blacks. I found those for a ridiculous price. They were like under $50 a piece. So then I found PSG 5s. That was crazy. I didn't find my size, but they were there. So I couldn't believe that they were there. And then LeBron 16s. I found both the Superman colorway, and then I also found the Medicine Ball Trainer colorway as well. Those were really great steals that I had found shopping around there. I wasn't a super big fan of the 16 altogether. Of course, I had to watch the Thrones. But when you find like the ones that are supposed to be the highly coveted colorways for that year, and you find them at the outlet for a super reduced price, it's almost impossible not to leave with them. So
No, I agree. And over the years, like I found all my hooping shoes there. Like I don't go buy the Foot Locker. I don't go to Foot Locker to buy my new shoes. I find these penny sixes. I was mistaken, but yeah, these. You find all the really good basketball shoes that people slept on. You can find them up to $70-$80 off sometimes. And I always use my Nike gift cards there. I feel like that's an extra hack that you can use. But yeah, I love going to the outlets, no doubt.
Outlets are great. Now, sometimes you do find shoes there that are, again, very highly coveted. And, you can go online and you can find a price for resale going triple for what you're about to pay for them. So is it something that you cop and you hold on to, or is it something that you cop and flip immediately?
Yeah, I've never flipped anything from an outlet. I have never. And there's a few reasons for that. I think the big one you already brought up, they don't come with lids on the boxes. So it's kind of hard to ship that and then have somebody I wouldn't feel good about sending that to somebody else unless they were aware ahead of time. But I bought gifts there before. I bought gifts for my sisters and stuff from there. And I asked them, can you just give me any box from the back? So I've given my sister a pair of women's 9s or something in a size 13 men's box before. And I just, so you look super goofy doing it. But yeah, it is what it is at the outlet for sure. That's what the discount rate is for.
Oh yeah, for sure. It does make for great gifts, like you said. But I think I'm gonna cop them and I'm gonna rock the hell out of them. Finding those yin yangs there for $45, and then checking online nowadays, they retailed for $150, and now they're reselling for up to $250. So for me, that would have been a $210 come up. On an outlet find, but what to have to flex with, it's like now you can flex in them and you can be like, yo, yeah, I got them for $40. And people
we can have conversations like this because of that. And yeah, I feel the same way about those Respect Jordan 1s. I looked on, I think you were with me. The other best thing about the sales thing we were talking about is sometimes if you don't know it's 20% off and you get all your stuff together and you get to the register and you think you're all right, I'm about to drop $80 here, $90. And then she's like, oh, your total's $52. You're like, what? So I definitely love that.
Yeah, I tell them, I'm like, just wait right here. I'm going to go finish some more shopping. I was like, just.
I got to get one more thing.
Or 5 more things, but yeah, the difference. But
right. Also, I've gotten cleats there. I've gotten slides there. I've gotten so many clothes there. I found so many like different team jerseys, or not jerseys, but team wear gear there at the stores and stuff like that. And it doesn't make sense for me to buy a Nike shirt at Foot Locker for $35 plus tax, or a similar Nike shirt of the same quality for $12 that might have percentage off. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta look in the mirror sometimes and just be like, I'm gonna get this $12 T-shirt because it's $12.
Yeah, man, it definitely doesn't hurt my feelings that I didn't spend $40 on a T-shirt of the same quality just because I don't have a Foot Locker receipt. You know?
Like, man, yeah, I mean, if that's what people care about, then they're thinking about the wrong thing.
Oh, but I mean, you and me both know that those people are out there, no doubt. There's
For sure, definitely. It's not like it's like a higher end streetwear. It's not like a kid. You know what I'm saying? It's not a Supreme tee. It's a Nike shirt.
If you're buying all your gear at Kith only, then you're in a different bracket, bro.
A little bit out of my league right there. I'm not playing with that.
With you on that. How does that stack up for you? You said high end, right? So how do outlets stack up to maybe like a Ross or a Marshalls or something like that for you?
Well, that's the thing with like Marshalls, Ross, Kohl's, those places. I call those like the outlet alternatives because you can go in there, you can find some KDs sometimes that you could still find in Foot Locker for full retail price. You can find them at those same places for 40% off. Now, most of the time they're like a size 14 or 15 because nobody can really fit them. But there's still a market for Bigfoot people, or there's still a market for those type of shoes past the release date, and you can flip them. You can flip those type of shoes with the quickness. There's all types of pages on Instagram and Facebook where people brag about the type of stuff that they find at these Ross places and these other low, I hate to even say it, but like lower tier or like common tier. I'll call them common tier. Type of like shopping facilities, So
you don't want to offend any of the common tier shoppers. I understand.
Definitely not, man. Hey, look, if you rock it and it costs you this much, but you make it look like it's triple the amount, all power to you.
That's a big point there, my friend. I think a lot of people miss that, but that's a major point. Hell, we were getting away with Hot Topic back in the day, so times have just changed, but things have stayed the same.
Yes, sir. Absolutely, every day. So, hey, Jerry, we've been on. We're on right now.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I think that's gonna actually wrap up episode 7 of the Crease podcast. It's been fun, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Again, cannot emphasize this enough. Share, like, comment, retweet, repost.
Tell everybody.
Comments. Tell your friend to post this on their IG. Tell your sister and your aunt. Tell them to put this in their story. Say, man, that one part where Trey said that thing and that one part where Casita did that one thing with his hand. I love that.
You know what I'm saying? Just add it to a story or go like our page on Facebook. Everything gets uploaded to Facebook and YouTube and everywhere. So no matter where you follow, we hope you follow everywhere. But
wait, did you say you don't like YouTube? Oh, you said you only listen to podcasts? Oh yeah, well we got that too. Yeah, it's on Anchor. It's on Apple Podcasts. It's on Spotify.
It's everywhere. It's literally everywhere you could probably want it. I mean, we've exhausted all options, so definitely go check it out. I mean, you can find it anywhere. So all the new videos are up on YouTube. You can go check out. We got a new segment or a new set of videos. It's a different playlist. Go check out the mail call. So it's just going to be our unboxings going forward. Just some stuff, some packages we get in at our cribs, and we'll pop them open and show you the first look at some of the kicks we get in.
Oh, man. Trey's taking the ball on that one pretty well right now. Waiting for my L meter to hit a halt, and then I'll be right back on those mail calls for sure.
For sure.
And guys, this has been episode 7 of the Crease Podcast. We appreciate your time, and we will see y'all next week for episode 8. Peace.